Think Hodge would want some soup? No one wants any soup. I want some soup. No, you don't. You just want to sleep with Isabel. That is not true. How flattering. Oh, yes, it is. Go ahead and ask her, and she can cut you down, and we can get on with our lives while you fester in miserable humiliation. Hurry up, Monday boy. We have work to do. We're in front of the bookcase, so that means this is the book review, and let's get started. The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. So first, let's start out with a plot summary of this book. Plot summary of this book begins with Carly Frey and her best friend, Simon Lewis. They're out in New York, they're from Brooklyn, and they decide that they are going to go to a club. Well, Carly decides that she's going to a club because Simon doesn't really want to go, but, you know, he's a guy, she's a girl. She gets his way, he's going. And from there, the world just opens up in a whirlwind of fantasy. I'm really not going to try to spoil it because this is a very good series, this is a very good book, and I really don't want to ruin it for people that haven't already read it. So I'm kind of going to try to keep the spoilers to a minimum in this video. I'm sorry if you like my other videos where I give you a million spoilers. Maybe I'll make a spoiler-filled review of this book another time. Comment below, let me know if you want a spoiler-filled version of this review, and I'll be glad to do it for you. I actually heard of the Mortal Instruments through an ex-girlfriend, and she was absolutely in love with this series, and I figured why not, I'll give it a shot. And it's a funny story, I actually saw this book at work. I told you before in another video that I work at a book plant, and the machine that I was running was actually running City of Glass. So I kind of skipped ahead in the series, but I really liked the writing, so I went and bought the first book, City of Bones. And this book is very good. I'm not going to lie, this book is amazing. Cassandra Clare is an amazing writer. I suggest that you read her other series, The Infernal Devices. It's amazing. The new book in this series is getting ready to come out, and oh my god, I know I'm still on the first book, but I'm going to buy them all so I can have them, so I can read them. Contrary to popular belief, I do read really fast. I just do movie reviews too, so doing my movie reviews and trying to read takes up a lot of time, and I'm sorry fans of book reviews that I haven't got book reviews, but today's book review, and that's what we're going to do. Now that that's all out of the way, I can start talking about the characters in this book. The main character is Clarissa Carly Frey. She is 15, and she's 15, basically. I'm not going to really describe her. Try not to describe her because I want to keep that for you. The one hint that I'm going to give you is long red hair. That's about it. I'm not saying anything else about her. At the beginning, I was kind of annoyed as she went through the book, and that's alright for me because I'm a 23-year-old guy. I'm not going to fit right in with her at the very beginning of this because I don't think boys are cute. That's just the cold, honest truth. I don't think boys are cute. She does. She's a 15-year-old girl. I'm a 23-year-old guy. Not gonna happen. But as I got further through the book, I started to relate to her character a little bit more. She was going through all these things that were new to her and I, like the world of magic and demons and all of that. Just it would overwhelm anyone. So I felt a common connection there at that point. I really like Carly in this book. I've heard that her personality changes a little bit in the second one, but I'm liking her so far. Jace Wayland. Now, Jace Wayland is right up there on my level of favorite characters in the series so far. He is so cool, just a complete badass. He's emotionally damaged, he's hardcore, he can be a hero, he can be a jerk, he can be a really nice guy when he wants to be. He is a perfect action hero. I'm telling you, Jace Wayland is a perfect action hero. And I think they got it on the mark for the movie that's getting ready to come out. That's one of the reasons why I'm reading this book, so I can give you an awesome movie review. Very protective, very good guy, hides it underneath his mountain of baggage. Because he does have a mountain of baggage. You'll know when you read the book. I'm trying to debate whether I'm going to tell you about the Lightwoods, Hodge, or Simon next. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to skip over all of them and tell you about the character that pretty much steals the show in this book. And if you read it, you know, Magus Bane pretty much freaking steals the show in this book. He is my #1 favorite character. He is just so straightforward. His dialogue is amazing. I love his character. Yeah, exactly what I said. He steals the show. He is such a commanding presence in every scene he's in. As I said before, his dialogue is perfect. Now, on that note, we're going to get into the writing in this book. The writing in this book is ridiculously good. If anybody likes, realistic scripts, conversations that would actually happen with people. Just like what I did at the beginning. That is the dialogue in this book. Realistic stuff. Stuff people would actually say to each other in the real world. She's got realism down to a T. I know that sounds kind of weird in a fantasy book, but she knows how to have real conversations. Conversations people would actually have. There are some creepy scenes in this book. I mean, there are scenes that are... yeah, that creepy. Then there's more characters. You have the Lightwoods, and they are just completely awesome. You have the love of my life, Isabel Lightwood. I know she's fictional, but Isabel Lightwood is the love of my life. Alec Lightwood is kind of unbearable in the beginning of the book. He warms up to Carly eventually. It's just... he's very abrasive. He's a very abrasive character in the very beginning, but he starts to loosen up as the story goes. Simon, I didn't really like him at first either, but I had to think, again, he's a 15-year-old boy. I'm a 23-year-old guy, so I can't really associate with these younger characters. The Shadow Hunters I associate with more because they are more mature. As far as the pacing goes in this book, it's kind of slow when Claire decides to describe the room. She takes almost half a page or an entire page to describe a room, and I really don't have time with that. I get kind of bored, you know, having ADD and everything. I get kind of bored in that point, but it picks up during dialogue and action sequences, and the action sequences are awesome in this book. She perfectly describes them, but there are some slow parts, just to let you know. And by slow, I don't mean boring. I just mean the color of the leaf, or that kind of stuff. I mean, it's there, but it's in short little spurts. It's not like the entire book. It's not like, it's not like the Chronicles of Narnia where he goes on to describe things that I can't do it. I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's all I actually got out of that series. But yeah, the pacing is good. The characters are good. The story is impeccable. And after being a 6-book series, the 6th book getting ready to come out soon, the story is impeccable. It's amazing. My recommendation for this book is definitely pick this book up. Definitely borrow this book from a friend. If you have a friend that's already read this book, borrow it. If they won't let you borrow it because they're in love with it, buy it. And if you can buy it on your Kindle, buy it on your Kindle. And now the only reason I bought it is because I don't have a Kindle, so I can't buy it on a Kindle. But that would be my first suggestion. If you have a Kindle, buy it on a Kindle. If you don't, buy the paperback version, because the paperback version is only $11. I love hardbacks, and I may eventually get into hardback, but I don't have $35 to spend on a book. I have $12 to spend on a book, but not $35 to spend on a book. See, there's a difference, pros and cons. Hardback, eventually, not a $35 purchase right now. $12 in a paperback with a still kick-ass cover will make me want to buy it, so I bought it. But definitely, I definitely suggest that you get this book. The characters are amazing, the story is amazing. I can't wait to read the new series that she's working on. I heard it's going to be amazing, and heard it's set in like a few years in the future, so I think that's going to be cool. I don't know how that's going to work. All of her writing intertwines. It's just an amazing web of words, basically. In a nutshell, this book is great, and I enjoyed every page of it, and I suggest that you get it. Although it wasn't that in-depth, I hope you enjoyed my review of Cassandra Clare's The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. I hope you stay tuned for my next book review, where I review The Demonologist by Andrew Piper.